Alright, in the winter, staying warm is very important, not only outside, but also inside. Well, blankets are good, but not very portable when you're walking around the house, and you could use heaters, but that would cost a lot of money. A fire would be a great way to heat your house. Now, let's get into everything we need for that. So the first thing you're going to need is a place to burn the fire. Now, if you're doing the fire indoors, you're going to want a wood burner like this, so that way the fire doesn't spread and burn down your whole house. The next thing that you're going to need is some way to start the fire. I'm going to be using matches, but really anything that can start fires will work. Next up, you're going to need a pair of thick, good protective gloves. This is so that when the fire is going, you can add more wood to it without your hands getting burnt. Now the next thing you're going to need is some thin, very lightable source to start your fire with. Like newspaper, normal paper would work, cardboard would work great with this. You just need something that will very easily light and spread to the small pieces of wood so the fire will start. Now, the last and most important thing you'll need for a fire is lumber, wood. Now, the amount that you get really only matters for how long you want the fire to be burning. Like, if you want a fire to be burning all winter, you would probably get quite a bit. But if you want it to be burning for like a slightly less amount of time, just like only for like an afternoon, you'd only get like a few pieces. But no matter how long you want it to be burning, you're going to need big pieces of lumber that'll burn for a while. Now, do keep in mind the size of the place you are burning this at, and make sure that the wood you have is appropriately sized for it and will fit in there. But you can't just get big pieces of wood. You also have to get smaller, thinner ones in order to make sure that you can start the fire and have it spread to the bigger pieces. Alright, now on to actually making the fire. First thing you're going to want to do is get whatever small piece of flammable material you have, like paper or cardboard. I just sort of put them together to show that you can do that. And also, sometimes that is more effective. And place it near the middle or center of what you are doing. Now, after that, you're going to want to get some small, thin pieces of wood. Just sort of place them around it, making sure you don't, like, fully cover it, but enough that when the fire starts burning on there, it'll, like, spread to the pieces instead of, like, crushing it. You can also throw, like, small sticks or stuff like that in there. That works just as fine also. Now, after that, you're going to want to add one decently sized piece inside. Now, for big pieces like this, we'll want to turn them sideways if they can't quite fit in. Now, once again, you're going to want to have it so that it's on top of it, but not just going to crush the fire the second it starts. It's like it'll just slowly go to it, because since fire rises, it'll start right here, and then burn up to these small pieces, and eventually get to this one. By the time it starts burning these small pieces, you can start putting bigger pieces on. Now, let's start this. Now you're going to start fire by getting your paper or whatever flammable material you have and lighting it. Always make sure to be careful and not just like leave your matches laying around. Now when the fire is pretty much burned up all of like the very small thin material you had, then you can feel safe in putting more big pieces onto the fire so it won't crush it. Now, you're going to want to put the protective gloves on because your hands will get burnt by this. And yeah, you see it just sort of crushed that cardboard right there. Now I can just add this on safely. And now that you have this going, you can just keep adding pieces for as long as you want the fire to be going. Like if you want the fire to be going all night, then you just keep adding pieces onto it. And also, an important thing if you're using a wood burner like this is that if you look down here, on wood burners they usually have things like this that regulate like the airflow inside there. So like when you shut this, all the airflow is going right up there and through the chimney. Now, these things, you want to make sure that the fire is getting enough air so that it'll keep going, but not so much that it'll just burn through all of your wood in half an hour. So you're going to want to shut the vents, usually a little over halfway, like not so much the fire just goes out, like you'll notice the flames will burn down a little bit from this, but they definitely will keep going and keep you warm, and if you do this, then the fire will last longer with the wood you give it. Alright, and that has been John Smith's official How to Make a Fire video/speech. Now you too know how to make a fire.